can get away with that. And I believe there's one or two other tape brands. But really, you want to get your tape from an auto body paint supply place. Let me, I don't have any fingernails. Where the heck? So, of course, there we go. So, here we go. This is just some cheap automotive. I don't even know what kind this is. And a lot of paint stores will have their own brands too, which is just remarked. Okay, so this little tank hole is what I'm talking about. When people pour gas in, the fumes get up and under. So you're going to mask this off, like right around that little edge. See, there is a paint edge on here. So what people do, they'll mask a little edge on here, because if you get your paint or your clear inside this tank, it can, when they put gas in it, that paint will mix, soften that clear and get into their filters. You don't want that. So you want to mask this off and fill in that hole. All right. Then when you peel it off after paint, there will be a little edge. Okay. That little edge, the paint fumes get up under there and it will bubble and peel your paint all the way down your paint job. That edge, you want to take maybe that JB Weld. I'm not 100% sure that's right, but put a little tiny bead right there. Lacquer thinner or whatever on your finger, smooth that bead out. Make sure your finger stays wet, so you might have to dip it a few times. Dip it, smooth it out, make it nice and neat. Even if you have to put a piece of tape around that to keep it from spreading all over the place, because it'll be gray colored. They're kind of ugly. They make black, solid black kind too, but the gray might look a little ugly on there. So you want it as tiny and neat and clean as possible. So I would take fine line tape and put it around the bead and on the inside of the bead, just to keep that bead from going too far, and then smooth it out with your thinner. Let that dry and cure overnight, or whenever, however long it says, I believe 6 hours. Two different ways to mask anything on a bike or a car or whatever. You hard mask this hard line, right? So that hard line you are going to have, and when you peel it, there'll be a hard crisp line here that you need to cover. Or you can do a soft line. Soft lines are used sometimes for blends and other things. Soft line means you take the back of the tape and you go to the inside of the tank like this. All right, this is filthy, so nothing's sticking. Yeah, so the inside of the tank like that. So the back of the tape is sticking to the inside. You fold it in like this. Right, you fold it in and then put some tape on there, and see the edge. There's no hard crisp edge because the tape is backwards and rolled over, so it's a curved, so it's soft. So when you clear it, it's just a very soft, not hard edge. It's called a soft edge, and soft edges are sometimes used for a blend. Like if we were going to do a soft, we were painting up to this line here, this pinstripe, one of these pinstripes. If we were painting up to that or between these two pinstripes, a lot of times people would put tape on the very top of the pinstripe, right here. Boom. And just so the overspray won't go past it. And then do a roll back to the bottom of the pinstripe right here. See how you roll it back? So it's rolled back like that. And then you just want to tape it just like that. So it's rounded. And then when you clear and paint, it's just a really soft edge, so you don't have that hard edge you can feel. And then you'll have a really soft edge on there. And then you take your buffing, your heavy buffing compound, and you rub that soft edge so you can hardly feel it at all. That's for a cleaner look if you're doing a blend. And for an even better cleaner look, when you clear that soft edge, after you're all done clearing, wait 5 minutes, take your super duper slow reducer, put it in your airbrush, spray that in there. Spray that in there and then peel it off. That reducer will soften that clear and melt it into the old clear and make it an even smoother edge. It's just a blending trick. Blending is really tricky on bike parts. That's why people usually just clear the whole thing. But in some situations, if you're doing a quick fix or something, that is a quick tip.